In this video, I'm going to explain the two ways that are commonly used to finish plasterboard joints. There aren't any other methods I know that are available in building construction. There are only other two methods to join two plasterboards together. These look a little bit different because we've got one fired plasterboard and one moisture plasterboard, but they're all 12.5 millimeters thick. You'll find that plasterboard only ever comes in three thicknesses. It comes in 9.5 millimeters, which I only ever use for ceilings where I'm overboarding an existing ceiling and I don't want to add too much weight. I'm just trying to create a smooth surface to skim or tape and joint. 12.5 millimeter is the industry standard and I use that in 99% of cases. Use 12.5 millimeter thick plasterboard for walls, ceilings where I've built a new ceiling frame and I'm screwing it onto there. It's ideal. It comes in 8x4 sheets or 6x3 sheets. I tend to use the smaller 6x3 sheets for ceilings because they're a lot more manageable, and I use the 8x4 sheets for walls. So when you've jointed your plasterboard, you can either tape and joint it or you can skim it. So taping and jointing is a lot more popular in America and Canada. And basically what they do is they screw the plasterboards to the stud wall, a timber wall. And then what they do is they get some tape, a paper tape, use that all the way down the joint to bridge the gap between the two plasterboards. They get it super smooth with the filler over the joint, and then the whole plasterboard wall can be painted directly onto the paper. This is a good method as it's quick, fairly cheap and fairly efficient. One of the downsides to taping and jointing is that you've only got basically your walls are made up of a layer of paper. So if you jab into the wall, lean into the wall, knock your suitcase against the wall, it is going to damage the paper. But another benefit of plasterboard is it can easily be filled, sanded and painted, so you'll never even know there was a mark there. In the UK, however, what we tend to do is skim over the full wall. So we apply some jointing tape or scrim tape, which is almost like a mesh tape, that you put right the way up the joint to prevent it from cracking, and spread the material across. And then you get your skim and you skim the full wall. In the UK, they use scrim tape, which is like a mesh tape that goes over the joint, again, to reduce the risk of cracking. And then the full wall, all the plasterboard is treated with a 2mm thick layer of skim. Covers all the plasterboards to try and prevent any cracking. It creates one uniform surface of plaster that can then be painted. And if you skim the wall, it reduces the chance of getting damage due to impact. The 2mm thick layer of plaster improves the impact resistance of the wall. So there are your two options when it comes to finishing plasterboard joints. You've basically got taping and jointing or skimming. Let us know in the comments what you think is best, either taping or jointing or skimming. If you learned something from this video, drop us a like. And if you want to be updated with more info that might help you on your next construction project, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.